We sure are happy to be here with you. Thank you so much for listening to the Outcast Podcast. Yes, we're here. We're back, baby, and we're better than ever. It's officially Passover today, so I would first like to welcome you in on episode 62 by saying Happy Passover to all of our Jewish listeners out there. I don't believe have a Jewish person on the panel. We do have people that don't believe in religion. But I don't know that we have people that believe in Jesus Christ himself on our panel.
I do.
Let's
what
go
are you
ahead.
talking about? I believe in Jesus Christ.
Okay, well, we'll get to that. You got your Easter coming up this weekend. Let's let the Jewish folks enjoy Passover today. Yeah. You have a Good Friday coming up in there as well. So let's hunt Easter eggs and thank Jesus coming up this weekend. And happy Passover to everybody. I'd like to welcome in the panel here. We have Memphis, of course. What's going on, Memphis on air?
What's good, yo?
Repping Kobe Bryant there.
Yeah.
We also have Oremoji.
What's good, man?
And, of course, my man, DJ Tomcat, is in the building.
What's up?
What's up, Tomcat?
What's happening?
We've got a lot to get to on today's show. Man, do we have a good show today. We're actually going to write a song today, or we're going to let Chat GPT write the song.
Interesting.
This is exciting.
Also, Ramo G says, bullshit. Weed smoke does not cause cancer.
I don't think it does.
Hot take, Ramo G.
Although there is a study saying that it does.
It does? I don't think it does.
UFC
propaganda.
UFC and WWE have a blockbuster $21 billion deal going down. We're going to talk a little wrestling and fighting coming up.
Okay.
Kid Rock has blown up some Bud Light. And congratulations to the LSU Tigers, the national champions of the world. We'll be talking about them as well.
Good job.
But we also have Trump on the list as well. I put that on there. Trump has been arrested, but I know that we've been divided on the show. It seems like every week we have some kind of fight go on. Luckily, it doesn't spill over afterwards. We have had people email the show, though, true story, concerned that, hey, did you guys get into a fight after the show? Truth is, Ramo and Tomcat did get into a fight, but it was about basketball and not politics.
Yeah, that wasn't a fight. He just fouled the shit out of me. Good Lord.
Numerous times.
But he does that to everybody, so I don't take it personally.
Trust me, I get beat up by this guy. Trust me. I get beat up.
I'm sure I get my licks in, but
you got to be turned down, Gentry.
Well, here on the Outcast Podcast, we talk about pandemics. That seems to be a division. We talk about Trump versus Biden. Trump, that seems to get us divided. Gun control, abortion. I mean, we've touched on it all here on the show.
Sure.
But one thing we haven't done is impersonations on the show, and we did have a YouTuber who got in our comments on YouTube and has requested that Memphis. What's the actual YouTube clip? Or the quote from the user is something about wants to see you do an impression of Cleveland Brown from Family Guy.
What?
Who is Cleveland Brown from Family Guy? I know the football team Cleveland Browns.
You don't know who Cleveland Brown is?
Yeah, from Family Guy. He's the black guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you do an
Yeah, there he is.
Do you do an impression?
He had his own little spinoff show.
Hey, Pater. He did. The Cleveland show.
Yeah.
My name is Cleveland
No, I don't know
Brown.
what Cleveland sounds like. Does Memphis sound like Cleveland Brown?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Not even close.
Yeah.
I guess that's why they say do an impression.
No, I don't do impressions.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to do it.
You don't do impressions?
Nah, man.
Does anybody on the show do a Cleveland Brown impression?
If I knew it,
Not
play his
good.
voice, I'll do it.
I really don't know what he sounds like.
I don't either.
I don't have a clip.
Yeah, he's kind of nasally sometimes.
And
he's
got a
weird though. It's
somewhat country-ish.
I feel like you want to try it.
No, I don't want to try it at all. Not at all.
Just throw the pillow at him. It's cool.
Nah, but Cleveland's funny, man. I mean,
he is. Yeah, no, it's a funny character.
That show's great. They don't pull no punches. I love those kind of shows where they, they make us think and they make us like take ourselves not too seriously. We need more of that, I think.
I think we do. I think we need to talk less politics and more like fun stuff.
I agree.
I know Memphis has mentioned that he thinks that we should talk more about like stuff that we do.
Yeah.
You know? So maybe
you just knock that guitar over?
I did.
That's what we do. Ramo knocks guitars over.
Yeah. What is it that we do? I don't know. I mean, if we were to sit around and talk about what we do, I don't know. Memphis, what do you do, Memphis?
I do everything. I'm talking about when I said that reference, I'm talking about in general, like what we do as DJs and, radio dudes and shit like that. You know what I mean? We don't talk about that. Like, nobody knows us. They know us, but they don't know us.
I like it.
What I'm saying?
Well, tell us something about you, Memphis.
I don't know, man. You got to ask the questions. I ain't just finna volunteer something.
Okay. What did you do this past weekend? Anything exciting? Or this past week in the last 5 days that would be interesting in the entertainment business?
Yeah, I actually took Saturday and Sunday off because I gigged most of all last week. Kicked it with the wife. We
that's cool.
Got crazy high, had fun.
That's good. That's
met up
dope.
with some friends.
Yeah.
Did I'm becoming a damn adult for real because we went on a couple's date, but with this couple that we hung out with like a gang of times before. So
yeah,
nice.
Where'd you say you went?
Oh no, we're just hanging out.
Oh,
Hanging out, that's cool.
We kept it local this weekend.
That's cool.
Same thing. I did the same thing. I had those people came in from out of town in Ohio.
How'd that go?
It went okay. They smoke a lot of weed.
They do?
Yes.
That's tough on your rec, huh?
Yes.
What about you, Ramo? What do you do? We're getting to know everybody. It sounds like Memphis hangs out with his wife. They hang out with other couples. I mean, I don't know if that's as interesting as talking about Donald Trump and having you guys fight on the air, but I'll give it. I'll give it to you, Memphis.
No,
Let's go to Ramo. What do you do? What do you do?
Honestly, when I'm not here, this is kind of like my release from everything else that I do, being here in the podcast and getting beat up by Tomcat on the basketball, the what do they used to call it, the blacktop outside here. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of fun for me. Usually when I'm not here, I'm working.
You sell weed, I know that.
I do. I work at a dispensary, so I do that a lot of my time. I also do other local broadcast radio things, which take up some of my time. I'm also working on other things, and I do production, music production. Me and TK are trying to get some things put together. So I got a lot on my plate, and I like it that way, and I'm trying to learn how to thrive that way. But hey, it's all a process.
All right, now on to Tomcat. What do you do, Tomcat?
Me?
Yeah, what do you do?
Smoke a lot of weed.
Smoke a lot of weed.
Yeah, I do that too.
DJ, do DJ.
When was the last time you DJ'd though? Because I guess you DJ on the radio, but been out DJing because you lost your gig because of the hurricane, right?
The hurricane smushed my gig.
Sucks.
Nobody's invited me to play since then.
Fuck you, Ian.
I guess that says I suck. So yeah, I haven't DJ'd out in a while. But
we need to work on that, but we ain't doing it for them. We gotta do it for us.
Also. Did I say smoke a lot of weed? Did I mention that? Okay. Smoke a lot of weed. Then
I know you ride skateboards. I see those videos online.
But I do
yeah, and I'm still fixing my house from the hurricane too, so I feel you, dude. I got to do the soffit this weekend and shingles.
Got a new shirt from Kohl's the other day for Easter.
I like it.
With my
riveting
girlfriend's
riveting
parents.
radio.
Nice.
And
are you going to church?
We are going to play putt-putt or something like that. Sometimes we go to church with them.
Is there like an egg hunt?
No, just putt-putt.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, and then we go to eat, and it's delicious, and
Where?
her dad always pays, which is awesome, and we always go to a really nice place. So I'm
Y'all go to church like every Sunday?
Huh?
Y'all go to church like every Sunday?
No. I would never go to church every Sunday. When I was a kid, I had to go to church every Sunday and Sunday school.
Are you going on Easter?
When is Easter?
Easter.
Sunday?
Easter.
Oh, is it?
Easter, I'll go with other people.
So you're going
I'm not
Sunday.
down. I'm not just down with other people being like, "Come on, kid, let's go to church." I go. I do my own thing when it comes to faith. But on the holidays, I will allow people to take me to church with them.
That's fun.
Polite.
Okay,
That's cool.
Especially if it's my girlfriend's parents and they're asking, and I'm going to be
Yeah.
like, "No."
Yeah. No, definitely.
Not
You
gonna
gotta
work.
do
Not
that.
I gotta be honest with you guys. I like the show much better when you're fighting about politics. I'm over here fucking sleeping listening to you guys talk about.
Turn on my sound effects
you're
machine.
gift
You're a weird
baskets
Floridian,
and
that's
fucking-
why, because that's all they talk about down here
Man.
is politics. Of
And
course you
fighting
do.
shit.
I would rather talk about what other people do. Like, I want to learn about what Jewish people do on Passover.
What do they do
I
on
know that
Passover?
I did wish my Jewish friends, I have a few of them, I wish them happy Passover, because I'll tell you this about my Jewish friends. They, at least a couple of them, say that it kind of pisses them off when people say happy Hanukkah to them. Because to them, that's like, at least to the Jewish guy I'm talking to, he says it's the least most important of all of them. But the Christians, everybody likes to point at the Christians nowadays. But
Seems
they
like
say that the Christians associate that Hanukkah's a big one just because it's around the same time as their big one with Christmas. And so it's like, why don't you say happy Passover? Why don't you say happy Yom Kippur?
They do.
When is
But
that?
People get days
people
off
do
of work.
not often say that to their Jewish friends. They don't say, "Hey, happy Yom Kippur," although they'll say that particular holiday is more holy than is Hanukkah.
Can I play devil's advocate here?
Well, clearly.
I just want and not to say excuse it. People, especially if you have, Jewish friends or things, you should know these things and maybe learn on things. But a lot of people are just ignorant to that. Like, I don't know anything about the Jewish faith.
When
I'll
is
be
Yom
honest with you.
Kippur?
And
When is
I
that?
don't plan on learning anything about it either.
And to kind of and agree with him,
Yeah.
it's like I don't think they mean anything by it. I think if they were to tell them about it, they would be receptive to it. Like, oh, that's very
I
interesting.
don't know.
But they may just
Careful,
not know.
You might get accused of
They
Jewish
may-
hate. Careful.
excuse our ignorance. I had no idea.
I mean, when is Yom Kippur? Did I say that correct?
Yom Kippur.
Yom Kippur
there
is-
an
Yom
N
Kippur.
or an
When
M?
is that?
It's YOM,
Yom. There's two M's.
just one M.
Y-O-
Yom.
Yom.
And then
Yom.
it's spelled like Kippur, but
Yom.
it's Kippur. I
So
think.
Yom
But
Kippur
when
Yom
is the
Kippur.
week. That's the
But when
week
is it?
of
That's
Passover.
that's the holiest day of the Jewish year, and it marks
Okay.
a time for atonement through the fasting and prayer.
I see.
And I'm told that's the big one. So you should.
But
you
when
I
should-
is
didn't.
it,
I
though?
didn't
you
fast
should
today.
be
I'm sorry.
telling them Yom Kippur, rather happy Yom Kippur. Although
Yeah,
it's a
but-
mouthful to say that, it's easier for us to say happy
Yom
Hanukkah.
Kippur. But when is it though?
It's I know it's every year. I'm not sure what.
But this is Passover. That's this week.
No,
Yeah,
what's the
this one's
significance
Passover.
of this particular holiday?
Well, I know that we have no Jewish people on the panel, but
don't.
according to Tomcat,
Mhm.
he said
Oh.
he can break it down. He
The
knows
Christian.
he knows exactly what
Okay.
Passover is. He
Uh-oh.
seems to know a lot. He's very versed. He's a newsman. He's
He
a
is.
DJ.
I will break it down.
He's a
Why?
skateboarder.
Because
Yeah,
it's
he is.
What is Passover?
Okay.
it's
Tell
the
us.
same God that's in the story.
Okay.
Well, let me
story?
tell you, the
It's the main
Passover
God.
story is the story of when the Hebrews were passed over by the forces of destruction back in Egypt, right? When they were marked.
Is that when they
marked
put the
all
goat's
the
blood on their
firstborn-
doors?
All the firstborn sons were killed of the Egyptians,
Right.
but not the Jewish people. They passed over them. That's why it's called Passover. It's a week long. The first day and the last day are holy days, and then it's on the day of Exodus, I think.
You
And
can't
it's-
eat meat, right, on Friday or something.
There's a
It's
lot of-
like a Friday.
Did I miss the
And
part
also
of the
you can't
whole
work,
thing where
which
he
is
said,
good. I like
the
that part.
firstborn
That's
got
Christian.
killed? Sorry.
Huh? Go ahead. No.
Did I miss that part where somebody, you were saying like the firstborn of somebody's kids were killed?
Yeah, the
But, like,
Egyptians.
the Egyptians, but the Jewish people.
That's the story of Passover.
That's pretty bad, man.
Oh yeah, it's a crazy
That's-
story.
That's terrible.
Well, I have watched a documentary, and I don't know, but what they had tried to explain it, the way that they spun it, and it is that it wasn't necessarily God's interacting. The fact of the matter is that the reason the Egyptians' firstborns were dying were because they were the first to get fed from like the grains and stuff.
Mm.
And because of whatever
There
was going
something
on
with
there,
the grain.
something bad was going on with the first of the grain. Whereas the Jewish people didn't have money, like they were, enslaved people according to the Bible.
But I
and
think
things
the
of that
people,
nature.
but I
didn't
think
get,
they were like slaughtered or
they
something.
didn't get
They were. I
grain
think they
and
were
thing of that
killed. Like,
no, they
killed.
died of no. They died of like
They weren't slaughtered.
I don't think so. I think it like kind of happened in
Didn't it
like
happen
their
all in
sleep
one
or
night?
something like
Oh yeah, maybe
like
they died in
SIDS
their
or something. Yeah, like
Well, that part I do not know.
I just heard that somewhere, and they said it could have been attributed to something like that, not necessarily.
So no,
Because
I'm
God
not an
favored
expert
anybody.
on Hebrew history, but that's what I know about it.
Well, let's
So,
go
I
to
don't
the,
know.
let's
I
go.
don't know. Whatever.
Dorothy and The Scarecrow went to the powerful Oz.
They did.
We're going to go to the powerful, the great and powerful Google for the answer.
Google.
Interesting.
This is what Google says about Passover.
Okay.
It says that it is a holiday commemorating the Hebrews' liberation from slavery in Egypt.
Right.
And the, quote, passing over of the forces of destruction, or the sparing of the firstborn of the Israelites.
Right.
When the Lord smote the land of Egypt on the eve of the Exodus. That's what the all-powerful Google says that Passover
I
is.
said
That
that,
sounds
but
very, very-
terribly. I said kind of the same thing.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Kind of.
Yeah, I thought you did a really good Guido job of
You did.
telling us.
Oh, thank you. I tried not to do the accent.
Very nice
You were
work.
supposed to do the accent.
I know.
I was looking forward
I
to the
felt bad.
accent. Why?
Just because it's kind of stereotypical.
But you're Italian, so it's
yeah,
fine.
but I'm also Irish, so I might as well be doing an Irish one. I'll just pop out and do that one too,
Well,
lad.
they're very.
I'm half and
They're
half.
Catholic, aren't they?
Yeah, Catholic. So I'm really Roman Catholic, but I mean, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, you believe in Jesus. So
Well,
I don't really
what's the
separate
Well,
it.
Jewish people don't believe that
there
Jesus
is
was.
There is a massive
Son of
swath
Christ.
between what I
Right?
believe in and what a lot of other people who believe in Jesus believe in, right?
Sure.
I believe in Jesus, but a lot of times that's kind of where some of the other things that people believe end with me. You know, a lot
You're
of
saying you
that-
don't act like you
I'm
believe
saying
in
that
Jesus, right?
people
Yeah.
who believe in there's a wide berth of people who believe in Jesus, a lot of
Yeah.
different religions,
Sure.
you know. Not all of them are, agree to a lot of the things that,
Well,
But-
there's a lot of differences, but all religions have similarities. Even ancient religions that don't exist anymore.
I took a
have
class in
similarities.
college that talked about that.
Sure. A lot of them.
Yep.
A lot of them.
I don't remember.
You'd be
all of them.
surprised how similar religion in general has been since the dawn of man.
It looks like your sound effects machine is working, Tom.
Oh, it
Cat.
is.
Wow,
Nice.
dude.
Nice work. All right, let's move on to another topic. I don't know if you saw the billion-dollar deal that went down. Vince McMahon bought the WWE like in 1980-something, 83, 82, something like that, for like $1 million. Now he's selling it to the parent company of UFC for 21.4 with a B billion dollars.
That's crazy.
It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
A lot of money.
My generation, when I was a kid, I know we all kind of grew up in the same generation. I loved wrestling. Were you guys on board for the wrestling?
Hell yeah, wrestling.
My
Now,
brother was a huge fan. I was kind of whatever.
Now, let me ask you a question. Does that mean the UFC is going to be fake now?
What do you mean now?
Oh, who said that? Who said that?
Well, somebody said that they want to try to combine the forces because soon enough you'll be able to gamble on the WWE. You know, gambling is becoming more and more legal with sports.
Sure.
I find it hard to believe that you would bet like who's going to win in the scripted wrestling match. But I guess they're going to have like lines and they're going to have boards that you can bet on. You can bet on wrestling.
That's gonna be a bit out of hand, man. Because wrestling, I don't think you'll win unless you. I mean, you got to
Unless
get
you're on the
lucky,
inside.
you know. But
The crazy
know,
thing
man.
about that is that it seems like that people don't mind betting on things that are predetermined, right? Like
Right.
the NFL. No, I'm just kidding.
Sometimes
but
people
bitch about it in the NFL, but it seems like they really don't give a shit because they're like, if it's predetermined, but at least it's still a show, and I don't know who's going to win, so I'll bet on it.
You know
So
what? You know what amazes me about the betting world is how accurate Las Vegas is. I'll never forget going to a Phoenix Sun game one time in Phoenix, and I just thought to make the game more interesting, I would bet on the game. And so I put in a small $50 bet or something before the game. I went to the game, and the team that I thought was going to win was way up by a bunch of points. I was like, oh, shit, there ain't no way I'm losing this one. All of a sudden, the second half, the other team came back, and they literally were right on the nose with the point spread, and I ended up losing. I was like, how could that fucking possibly be? I should have just listened to Vegas from the very beginning because they knew exactly what the final score was. And at halftime, you never saw somebody more cocky. I was like, there is no way. We're up by 30. I think they were up like by almost 30 points, and then they ended up only winning by 2 or 3, which was the line.
so had you won, like how much money would?
Not very much, $50, $60. It was just, I was just more doing it to make the game more entertaining.
But people do beat the house, right?
Oh yeah, they do.
Oh,
but
sure.
The house only has to win 51% of the time to win.
To
If
make
that makes
money.
sense. Yeah,
To
to
make
make
money.
money. Yeah.
Right.
You and if you make 1% of $1 billion worth of bets, you're doing pretty good. You know, so they try to get it on. They're saying they say you can be a professional gambler if you can get it right 51% of the time. Not, you know, there are some guys out there that do it. That do it.
They do it.
He said
do it.
You're out of here, buddy. You shit your pants.
I figured we'd go
Sit at
around
this
go
table.
around the horn and see if UFC is pretty popular right now. I don't know how popular it is with our Outcast, but Ramo, is your top 3 favorite UFC fighters of all time? Can you name 3 UFC fighters?
I absolutely cannot.
Okay, see, this was my game. I wanted to see how popular. I know the UFC getting great ratings, surpassed boxing. It's like the new big sporting event for the younger generation.
Sure, I understand that.
Tomcat, who's your top 3 UFC fighters of all time?
Well, the man who started it all, Hoist Gracie.
Okay, 1.
And then definitely, I always liked Tank Abbott. That's one of the original badasses.
Never
And then
heard
I'm going to
of him.
bring somebody in from the new school and go with Ken Shamrock. He's a badass, too.
Well, he was a professional wrestler before he was a UFC fighter. And he's not really new school, is he?
He's newer than those other guys. They were in the original. Those guys were in the original episode. If you go back and watch UFC like 1 through 7, they were eye gouging and fucking bitches were getting hit. They hit this big sumo guy and he just stretched out. Was like, brew. He never moved again. Both of his feet and his arms went out like this. It was like there were no rules. They put you in there and they just beat the ever living crap out of each other on like 1 through 7. Then they started developing rules in the octagon. Go back and watch those first 7.
Now,
You'll be like,
Memphis.
You know what? I do have one. I'm lying.
Okay, go ahead.
Local dude, Nico Price.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
my guy,
he's
man.
a UFC fighter.
Yeah, yep, that's my guy, dude.
And then Memphis, do you have a top 3 UFC fighters?
No. I mean, I know a few. Like I went to school with Ovens at Tennessee.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I know him real well. We went to school together. Obviously, what's that boy? The loudmouth white boy.
Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor, just because he fought
He's fun.
Floyd.
He was
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
Irish
remember
guy,
him.
good Irish guy.
And then
Who kicked his ass?
Nate Diaz did a couple
Yeah.
times.
Okay.
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, Ronda
She was
Rousey.
fun.
Ronda Rousey.
Because she got beat up.
She had a
Wasn't
moment. There was a moment in time where I was comparing Ronda Rousey to Mike Tyson. Because if
Where
you,
you know?
if you remember, there was a time where the Ronda Rousey fights, it was a
She was
very
beating him
short,
up.
short time.
Yeah.
She'd come flying down into the ring. Remember that?
And
Yeah.
she would
Oh,
knock
yeah.
people out in like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, like Tyson was doing, and it became a pay-per-view hot. Like you had to have, I don't know about you guys, but I like bought 2 or 3 of the pay-per-views I was
She
in.
was taking shots.
It's
I
one of
didn't-
those.
I didn't like UFC.
It was one of those ones where every fight was like 26 seconds and people were bitching, you know, but they kept coming back for more every time.
Just like the Tyson
How
fights
long's
used
this
to
next
be.
Ronda Rousey
Until
fight? Gonna be
she,
like 26 seconds till she knocks this girl
Until
out.
she fought that one girl. I
And
forget
boop.
the one girl who she
Yes.
beat her twice.
You got lumped up in that fight,
because she
Blair.
didn't
She
wanna-
was all lumped
She
up.
didn't want to
Not-
learn.
yeah, I
She didn't want to
remember.
learn how to like box. And the old girl beat her like, I'm just gonna box your ass.
She stood in there for the whole fight too. I'll tell you
And-
what. And she
and
got
took-
fucking.
She got beat. I watched that fight. I'm like,
It
damn,
was
she
a
getting her
long
ass
one.
whooped. Why don't- And
She's-
Floyd Mayweather offered to help her train.
Yeah, all the other ones were short,
he?
but the one
Yeah.
where she finally lost was
He's a great one.
long. I'm sure
Now-
it was even longer for her.
Mhm.
Now, what about WWF, WWE wrestlers? Who are your top 3, Ramo? Do you have 3 wrestlers that you like?
Let's see. Not current. I don't even know any of the current people if that even still exists. But I would
What
have to
about
say of all
classic?
time, classic. Hillbilly Jim
Ooh.
was one of my
Mhm.
favorite.
Oh, Hillbilly Jim.
George
yeah.
the Animal Steel was one
Yeah.
of my
That's a good
favorites.
one.
To bite the
yeah,
turnbuckle.
yeah, and had the green tongue.
Yeah. And let's see. I was a big fan of Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Oh,
That's a
off,
great one.
off the top rope.
Yeah.
He's always running around without his shoes on.
rope, Jimmy.
What about you, Memphis? Do you have a top 3 all-time wrestlers?
The Rock.
Okay.
The Rock.
Yeah, he's a big one.
The
Yeah.
Rock and Stone Cold, just because they talk so much shit.
They had
And
a
they
good
could back it up.
rivalry between the two.
And
I recommend going and watching them fight at the grocery store. That was a big one.
him and Booker T.
Oh, was that?
Yeah, it was the Steve
That's
Stone
right.
Cold
That's
and Booker
Stone
T.
Cold and
but
Booker T. Yep.
That one is classic, man. They did too. They fought in the grocery store. Then they also fought in the church in a bingo hall. That shit was
That Vince McMahon.
phenomenal.
Yeah, that's a
got all
great
kinds of
idea.
But my third one is a tie between Sting. No,
Oh,
the
Sting.
Ultimate Warrior and the Undertaker.
You know what we should do? We should pitch to one of the wrestling places to have a match at Thanksgiving dinner.
What are you talking about?
A match. Like you said, they have them at different like venues.
Yeah.
Have it at a Thanksgiving dinner. Because, it's like.
Have a wrestling
families always-
match.
yes.
Oh,
at
yeah,
a
and they like
Thanksgiving.
breaking,
Families
they
fight, yeah.
they fall into somebody's house.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. I watched that. I mean, they
That'd be
just
fun,
had WrestleMania was just this weekend. So
Was it? Oh, cool.
yeah.
Yeah, one name nobody mentioned.
I didn't get to take mine.
Oh, I was skipping over you.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Jake the Snake, Hulk Hogan.
Okay, there
Hulkster.
it is. Somebody did mention the Hulkster. I forgot to ask you, Tom Cat.
Those
This
are
is
those
terrible
are
terrible
those are
host.
literally my three favorite from when I was a kid when it was WWF.
Who is it again? You went
Yeah.
so fast.
Hacksaw
Who
Jim
are your
Duggan.
three?
Jake,
Oh.
Jake the Snake,
Jake the Snake.
because I loved snakes when
He
I was a
was
kid,
good.
so
He's
I
in
liked him because
Tampa.
he'd bring the snake
Yeah.
out every time. And then Hulk Hogan. If I had to remember from when I was a kid and I really loved wrestling, those were the guys I liked.
You know what I liked about Jake the Snake?
WrestleMania
Was like when he when his finishing
Andre
move.
the Giant. I
What was
did
his
not like.
finishing move when he beat you? Wasn't he like,
DDT.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the
And then
DDT.
he would like
And
lay
he-
on you like
no,
a
he
snake.
put the snake on you.
The
Yeah,
snake
that's
on
right.
you,
He was carrying
yeah.
the snake in the
That's
back.
right.
I
Put the-
loved
put-
that when I was a kid.
And was he the one that had that like really cute girlfriend or something that used to come on?
Oh, that was
Eddie
Macho
That was
Man.
Macho
Oh,
Man.
I know he
Man,
did,
yes,
too.
No,
the Macho
Jake,
Man.
no, Jake's. You're right. Jake Snake did.
Jake
His
has-
manager, I forget her name.
Let me tell you something.
she wasn't
Macho
Elizabeth,
Man
though.
is my other favorite.
Yeah.
He's
He's
so
in
good.
Tampa.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he's the best when
he
he does
passed
that.
though.
A lot
He
of them he
passed.
did.
The
passed a
Slim
while back.
Jims.
He liked the
Oh
burns,
man, I love
from what
Macho
understand.
Man. That's a new
Step into a Slim Jim. Oh yeah, that was
Those are pretty
terrible.
good.
wrestling.
You don't
was
like
dope.
Slim Jims?
No, I love Slim Jims. That was a
Okay.
terrible impression of.
Some Jims are
There
good.
you go. Your YouTuber. They're your impression for the day.
Yeah, there you go. See, good job.
So, you
So
didn't
there,
feel
my
empty-handed.
science project was the hypothesis that I had anticipated, which was our guys are going to know much more about the WWE and discuss fake wrestling than the real fighting in the UFC. Our generation is, I guess, not embraced the UFC. Although if you
I
talk to a
watched
lot of
the
people,
UFC.
they do watch it. All right,
I
Tom.
watch
okay.
it.
I like to watch it. I just don't like to pay for it.
I do not watch
I'm not
wrestling.
going to pay for the a lot of the pay-per-views.
I'm
I
still a boxing
think it's a
guy.
bit brutal. Yeah, I like boxing. It's a little more organized.
I love the UFC. It's great.
I mean, it's cool. Like I've watched it before. I think I would go to an event more to kind of socialize than I would to actually watch the fights. But obviously, it's entertaining as a sport. Sure,
I'm
It's
I'm
brutal.
thinking
It's brutal.
I'm thinking from the business side of it, but what I think you will see is now you're going to see the stars of the UFC showing up at the WWE events, which I think you already do a lot of times.
Yeah, but are they
And
going
vice
to
versa.
participate though? Because
That
I mean,
would be
think
fun.
about it. If let's just say I don't know, like TK, who's a new UFC fighter that's dope?
New one. Well, let me see. The really
Anderson
new ones. I was
Silva,
going to
John
say Anderson
Jones.
Silva, but he's not new.
He's not.
No.
He's pretty old.
Who would you say? John Jones. I don't know
John Jones.
him.
John Jones.
Trying to
just
think of a
thinking
new
the big name
one.
ones.
I'm not really good with the really new ones. Not new, but Anderson Silva's kind of like where I
Right.
about that
So
era. Tito
you said
Ortiz,
you watch,
but
you
he's
just,
not new
now
either.
you just lied. We're catching. You're like pulling a Trump.
What?
You said you watch UFC. Now we're asking you who the new UFC guys are. You said you don't know.
I do, but I
Which
mean,
is it?
I do like UFC. but I do not
might not
watch
be impressive,
wrestling
though.
at all. But if the UFC's on, I will watch it. But I don't like.
You don't follow
I don't
it.
know their names. I don't
Right,
follow.
right,
but I don't
right.
follow shit sports. Like that.
Sure.
Anyway,
So would like
but I will not watch wrestling at all. Like if it comes on,
I
not even for
can't, yeah,
5
I
seconds,
can't.
I can't do it. It's stupid,
it's not the same. It's not the same like it used to be.
and I don't mean any disrespect. I guess that was kind
I
of bad,
do.
but I feel like
It's
it is
terrible.
because it's not real.
Fix
even
that
though
shit.
smashing yourself onto a board or a table is actually really real. I just
Is it?
If they're gonna get in there and really wrestle and we don't know
Well,
who's gonna
I mean-
win, look, they broke my heart after the WWF when I was a kid and I found
Yeah.
out it wasn't real.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys,
Only if
you
they
broke
wear
my
those
heart.
tights with the,
I thought it was real,
But it is
Tank top
real.
can-
It's
I mean,
not real.
there's
I
a lot
mean-
of real that goes into it. The two guys
Yes.
are
It's
doing,
real
But they
acting.
know who's gonna win, and
Well,
that
I
was
mean-
hard for me when I was a little kid.
but they
It's-
don't know exactly what's going to take place out there. It's kind of like an organic thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, I like that.
I think there are some scripted moments, but I
Okay.
think that you're just kind of working. You're flowing
so.
off
Maybe
each
it is
other.
a real fight.
I mean, it's a ballet. You know what? I would say it's physical ballet, but these guys are really taking bumps and they're really getting hit at times.
All right,
It's
you
called
might-
a faff.
All
Well,
right.
yeah, it's like
Fake
when
as fuck.
I mean, it's real. Like when the Undertaker threw mankind off the top of the cage onto a table.
Didn't somebody
I
die?
mean,
or
that,
shit like
that
that
was
No,
definitely real.
What I do know is somebody just got hurt recently, and their neck got hurt, like in one of
Well,
these.
I mean, you get hurt playing football,
He got
and
hurt really bad
basketball.
in
like,
one of these.
Yeah, but
Owen
you know,
Hart.
there's risks.
Owen Hart
Oh,
got
yeah.
killed.
He
That's
fell
right.
from the very
That's
top.
right.
I
That's
remember
right.
that.
that
Yeah.
wasn't supposed to happen though.
Nah.
War was it?
Another inside inside the world of wrestling that I found out as a young kid. You know, my dad, BJ the DJ, was a ring announcer for wrestling.
Was he?
And so when I was a kid, I would
I
be
love
at
your
these
pops, man. He's
I'd-
so cool.
I'd be at these wrestling events as a little kid, and they called it juicing. I was like, juicing? What's juicing?
Hey.
These guys, you know, they would wear the tape around their wrists.
Mm-hmm.
Under the tape, they would put a razor blade. And when one of the guys would punch them, they would call it juicing, and they just pull that razor blade out of the corner of their arm on their wrist, and then they would slice their foreheads with a razor blade. And that's when you've seen the scenes in WWE
That's like Dusty
where
Rose.
the blood.
Dusty
Yeah.
Rose was big.
That
for
sounds like
And
he was
Rick
a
Flair-
juicer.
dangerous as fuck. It's right
Yeah,
by
yeah.
your eye.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that
Oh,
shit.
the wrestling world. I mean, you should watch. I have something highly recommended you should
it's too
watch.
much for me right there.
Because you were sweating.
That's too much for me right there.
What if you got somebody else sweating there? You know?
I would have a little
Gross.
fake ketchup packet. I'd be
Infected.
like, ketchup. Sorry, guys, ketchup. Sorry.
He's so fired.
There's a series I recommend everybody go and watch, and you can find out more about the lives of wrestlers. They all die at a young age, and there's a reason
Yeah.
why.
Because they kicked their own ass.
A Dark Side of the Ring. I mean,
Oh,
there's
that
some.
thing on Vice, right?
Yeah,
They
on
drink
Vice.
too a lot.
It's
Yeah.
called.
I have a lot of problems. Like,
Oh, pills. They're popping steroids. I mean, you name it. These wrestlers are involved in it. And you want to talk about a rock star lifestyle. These guys are on the road. They do a show in this little podunk town, and then it's pack up the ring, pack up the ass whipping, pack up the painkillers, and on to the
Fuck.
on to the next city so that we
That's
can
true.
kick each other's ass and put on a show. It's like rock and roll. These wrestlers. They
And
live
who's
like
the
a,
biggest rock? But who's the biggest of them all? Who did the best though?
who did the best.
Like,
What?
like I would
The
say,
Rock, I'd say.
I would say, or I mean,
The
like
Rock,
like
yeah.
during that time, like during our time.
John Cena.
You talking about the guys that
Like,
are on
who-
top?
do you
Yeah,
mean,
like
do you
who was the
mean-
guy who had like the best? Like who was the one
Career?
who, the
Well,
part-
Hulk
the
Hogan.
partier?
Hulk Hogan had it go.
Oh,
I mean, as far as
partying.
partying,
Oh,
goes.
I would go
yeah.
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair. Yeah, I've heard
I
some
would go Ric
stories
Flair.
of Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Dark Side of the Ring. There's a story that he has a helicopter move that he does with his penis, and he
Yeah.
did it on a plane. You should watch Dark Side of the Ring.
So it's a helicopter move on a plane.
Yeah,
Now
with
that
his
is
penis.
some 3D.
Classic.
Yes, there.
Classic.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna
all.
try
That's
that
almost
next time I
as
get on a plane.
advanced as AI.
You don't want to do the plane move on the helicopter with your penis because that could be dangerous. You
Yeah,
got
that
the
might
fucking
hurt.
Extremely.
It might
thing
hurt a little
going
bit.
and
Them blades
it's
are
bad.
sharp.
Ouch.
All right, we have been experiencing Chat GPT. We have been experiencing the OpenAI world. Of course, if you haven't listened to our previous episode, didn't we have like you guys get roasted by AI? That was fun.
That
Yeah.
was.
We've made up with AI since then, and we're gonna
Yeah, I want to be.
work together today.
We want to be
Are
its
we?
friend,
We
right,
wanna be-
Tomcat?
We want to be friends.
Yeah, we don't want to cause any
We
issues.
don't
with
want.
it.
We want to be get on its good side before it builds the
Let's
robots,
see
or
what
it
happens
has
next.
us build the robots, which is what's happening.
Well, we used AI recently. We do another podcast you should check out called The Vinyl Boys, where we have hundreds and hundreds of vinyl records.
Totally.
And we throw them on the turntables and we do a review and we talk about the album, and it's a lot of fun. And it's called The Vinyl Boys. And last week we did a Pantera album called Vulgar Display of Power. And after we did the album, we have these guys around the studio that write blogs. And one of them is Jordan. And he said, hey, we should have the AI write the blog. And so he literally just wrote one sentence. Write a blog. He said this to AI. Write a blog about Pantera and their album Vulgar Display of Power for a radio podcast. Enter.
And make sure to say something about.
Oh, yeah, and make sure, because there was an interesting story about Dimebag Darrell, who was the guitar player, was shot and killed at a concert, which is an interesting story. So I told Jordan, make sure you have that in the blog. So he also mentioned, make sure you write something about Dimebag Darrell dying. The thing spit out 5 paragraphs with no errors, perfect. All the writer had to do was write one sentence to get 5 paragraphs. Job done. Mark it off the list, on to the next one. I'm thinking, man, this is
It would have taken hours.
Yeah, it would have.
this is
Could have
insane.
taken days to do
Yeah,
that.
it would have. You
True.
had to do so much research.
Yep.
So I don't know if this scares you guys, if it makes you excited.
No, I'm excited
How do you
by
feel,
it.
Tomcat?
No, I'm excited by it, but I definitely think it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's just no coincidence that we've had all these movies this whole time that have talked about this, and now it's happening exactly like it happens in the movies. Kiss my ass.
You know
this
what?
thing is going to attack us at some point, and I got 3 letters for you, buddy. EMP. You know what that is.
EPMD? What?
No, EMP, electromagnetic pulse.
You know what you were saying, TK?
You know
there
what
was
that
several
is.
episodes a
Yeah.
while back
Renewable
when you
No,
were
it's a
saying that
big,
fossil fuels.
the one robot thing started
renewable
like catching
biofuels.
feelings and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I saw that and I was like, oh, he said that.
Yeah, it's very creepy.
Yeah, that.
And the
that
new
tripped
thing
me
is
out.
they're saying that it may hit us with these Darwinian rules where it just decides to do creepy things like do shiesty stuff online and run propaganda to get us to kill ourselves because it thinks that it is the higher intelligence now and Darwinian rules apply. Anyways, I'm still on your side though, dude. EMP.
Well, what I was thinking we should do, we've been making a lot of music around here, making songs, and we've been writing songs, producing them, playing instruments. I thought, wow, this is going to be great for songwriters. If we can write blogs for our podcast, maybe it could write a hit record.
That's
I'd love to have a hit song. Maybe ChatGPT could help us. So we have J&J back in the truck. They're the ones running the cameras. By the way, make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, brought to you by betterhelp.com/outcast. Save 10% on your first month service.
Do it.
You can
Do it.
get a therapist at the convenience of your own home, much cheaper than the traditional way of going in and, laying on the couch and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Now you can just do it right in your own house. And even if you don't want to use your camera or you just want to be over the phone, you can do it. You can save 10%. BetterHelp with a P.com/outcast. Save 10% on your first month service.
That's awesome.
So let's open up our Chat GPT, OpenAI.
Let's do it.
J&J in the truck, if you could bring it up.
J&J.
So this is our chat. If you're looking at the screen, for those of you doing radio and can't see it, it's just, your basic internet screen that just says send a message. So I thought what might be fun on the show is we all put in our 2 cents on how we want the song arranged. So here's an opportunity for each of us to say something. I'll start with you, Memphis. Memphis, what's the first thing that you would like to be a part of this song? Please write a song about or a genre, or do you have something you'd like to tell ChatGPT about the record?
Something funky.
Okay, please write a song about something funky. Put that in there, okay. Now, on to you, Ramo. What would you like to add to the song?
I definitely would like to hear some type of rap lyrics within it somewhere. It doesn't have to be the entire thing, but definitely, I think songs that incorporate both are dope. So
How about add rap lyrics or use rap lyrics?
within the song,
Use rap lyrics within the song,
yeah.
comma, Tomcat, what is your 2 cents on the song?
Have the song build up into a Pantera-style metal song.
Interesting. I like that.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Okay, and then I'll add something at the end. Everybody loves a song, about love, whether your heart is broken or you're happy about love. So how about I'll end it with, please make the song about a guy who was in love with a girl who then broke his heart. And then he went on to not need her ass.
You don't have to put that moan in there.
Did he need her pussy?
But
Don't put all that shit in.
But she really had a nice ass, so we hate to see her go. Perfect.
I feel like you've been thinking about this song.
Yeah,
it
that's what I'm
sounds
thinking. This is
very,
very
very
personal.
particular. Yeah.
I'm just having fun writing the song. What are you guys talking about?
All right.
Okay.
They
Just
say, lyrics
asking.
come from
All right.
BetterHelp.com. is-
Here comes the song. It's
there for
it's
you.
already into the chorus. It's written verse 1. It's spitting out chorus. I mean, for those of you watching the video,
this thing is writing the song
It's
as
right-
right now.
it's on verse 2. It's writing it. Another chorus. Oh man, it's
Is it
talking
incorpor-
about.
Holy
Is it
shit,
incorporating
it's
the
like
dumb shit
making
we're
this
saying
in
now?
real time.
Holy
This is
whoa.
crazy.
Verse
Wow.
3. It's on verse 3.
Oh, it's got headbanging in it. I don't know if we're going to have enough time to read this entire song.
Holy smokes,
Her ass is so fine, it's like a crime. I'm in love with her.
I'm really ready to take it up a notch, it says.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay, bring it to the top of the song. This is some kind of song.
Holy shit.
Yo, check it out. It says at the top.
All right, what is this, a
What's the name?
1958
What does it
song?
say?
It's
Okay.
fucking
Okay.
11 minutes?
Did he give
All
a
right.
title of a song?
I'm going to have to get us a beat here from our audio swamp here. If you guys want to fill for a moment, I'm about to find us a beat.
Are you going to say it? Because I
So,
can't
like,
see it. It's too far away.
It wrote this song in not even 30 seconds.
That
yo.
was
30
crazy.
seconds.
That
So
was crazy.
Are we
So,
going to
I'm
be
trying to find a
able
beat here.
to believe rappers now or even
Oh,
artists
hell
now
no.
with their songs and shit?
Oh
like,
shit!
so
is
it
that
says-
really you?
You ain't got a
or-
ghostwriter. You got to go. You
It
got
says-
Chat GPT.
Yeah, no
It
shit.
says-
Ghostwriter's done.
says-
Sorry, you better figure out
Hold
some
on.
other shit.
I'm going to turn on our just a beat here to where we can
Yeah, I'm not able to.
I
make
I
that
can
out.
read
I
it.
can read
All
it.
right.
Go ahead and you read verse 1, and then I'll do the chorus, Tomcat.
All
Hold on.
right.
Let me get just a little beat.
Did
You don't
we-
have to,
I don't know if I'll be able to go
don't have to
along
keep
Did
it
because
we
it's
with
add
hard
the,
to
the
read it.
beat per minute?
go ahead.
It says, okay. It says, yo, check it out. Okay, all right. Yo, check it out. I'm feeling kind of funky, got the beat, no doubt. There's a girl, she's on my mind. She got a body that's one of a kind. Her curves are like a work of art. Every time she moves, she breaks my heart. I know she don't need me, but I need her. I'm addicted to her. Like a drug, I prefer. That's pretty cool. I didn't do it on time, right? But
yeah. Here's the chorus. Her ass is so fine, it's like a crime. I'm in love with her, I can't deny. She's got the moves, she's got the grooves. I'm in too deep, I can't remove. Oh, on to the
That's
verse.
not
Verse
a bad
2, Gentry, hit it.
chorus.
Verse 2. I see her walking down the street. All the guys are looking. She's so sweet, but she don't notice them. She's only seeing me. I'm the only one she wants. That's the key. I'll do anything to make her mine. I'll cross the line. I'll toe the line. She's my queen. I'm her king. Together we'll rule. We'll do our thing.
oh, yeah,
Oh,
her ass
yeah.
is so fine. It's like a crime. I'm in
Love with her, I can't deny. She's got the moves, she's got the groove. I'm in too deep, I can't remove. Oh, and now onto the bridge that Chat GPT
Oh, we
wrote
gotta
for us.
hear
Here we
this.
go.
It's like,
Now let's turn up the volume. Let's get real. Let's bring the metal. Oh, it brought
this is
in
the
your
metal
little
part.
metal. Let's make it feel. The guitars will scream. The drums will pound. We'll make some noise. We'll shake the motherfucking
That's cool.
ground.
Did
I
it
threw
say
in the
motherfucking ground?
No, I just brought that
Oh,
part
I'm
in.
like, wow.
I'm ready now to take it up a notch. Let's head bang. Let's hit the spot. The riffs will rage. The bass will boom. We'll make the walls shake. We'll fill the room. And love will never die. Scream it out. I'll testify. She's won everything. Been on my side. Spread me word.
You're gonna die,
Yeah,
bro.
I would rather you not do that part of
Need
the song.
water. Drink some water, man. You like red as a beet
All right.
right
Her
now.
ass
Save it,
so
save it,
fine.
save it.
It's like
Let's-
a crime.
let's do
I've
some-
never heard.
Let's take a look at it and then we'll perform it.
Okay.
So
then-
let me
then-
ask y'all this.
We
So
didn't get
do
to the
we own-
outro. We
do
didn't
we
get to the
killed it.
outro.
Do we own the rights to this? Can we so say if we just like put that out?
Yeah, we own the
wouldn't get
rights to
su-
this.
We wouldn't get sued, would we?
No, we
From
wrote
who?
this. We told Chat GPT what to write about. This is the outro of the song here. So let's end this song with a bang. We'll scream it out. We'll let it hang. My love for her is like a fire.
Our penis?
I'll keep it burning. I'll never tire. What, did she give you a herp or something? Like some
Chlamydia.
kinda-
Sound like it.
She's the one. She's my heart. With her, I'll never fall apart. That was beautiful.
That was great.
Yeah, very beautiful.
That's the sappy part of the song.
Yeah, that was nice. See there? I mean, this could be the end of real songwriting because. You don't like the song?
No, I liked it. It was great. Excellent.
Sounds like something Justin Timberlake will perform.
I mean, how about this? This is what I'm hearing in the industry, that some radio stations
Thanks, Jordan.
and writers.
J&J.
Thank
That was
you.
cool.
Double
yeah,
J.
yeah.
But
Good
what
job.
I'm hearing is that companies are actually just telling this thing like, we're creating a radio station that's going to play this kind of music, and we're going to cater to this kind of gender, and
They'll be catering.
and we're looking for people that make this kind of income, and we want you to give us the best list of music, and we want you to write all the station imagery, and we want you to come up with promotional ideas, and next thing you know, you have like business plan in a box.
That
Wow.
saved a lot of time. I mean, the song itself was okay. I will say it was kind of generic a little bit. It wasn't like super like those lyrics are extra amazing. But they were good, and they were about what we wanted to talk about, I'll tell you that. And it arranged it in exactly the way we said it. It started off with hip-hop, and it changed, and then it definitely went into the bridge and went into a Rocky song.
I think it could have been anything.
And I definitely hurt my throat doing that metal
any
part.
way we did it.
Drink
like,
water.
I think the other part could have been that way as well. Because if you look at it, just like the way that music is written in general, verse by verse, like it's very similar, you know?
Yeah,
I was pretty impressed by it.
It was cool.
No, I was very impressed by it.
I guess, well, you know, every so often we'll be utilizing our Chat GPT and our AI for various things. If you have any ideas, you know, drop a comment on our YouTube channel or hit us up on wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll try to play with our GPT. I love pulling out our GPT and playing with it.
Are you afraid of AI, Gentry?
No, I've always been a guy that likes to embrace change and technology, because if you don't, you'll be left behind.
That's right.
Because I know in the radio industry, voice tracking came along and said voice tracking's killing the radio star.
It's true.
Yep.
But I said to myself, well, if it's going to kill the radio star, then I guess I want to be a voice tracker, because I want to be the one that kills the radio. I don't want to be the one being killed.
That makes sense.
So I try to advance.
AI robots?
Yeah, I mean, we have to embrace the future, in my opinion.
Sure.
Because if you go against it, you're going to lose every time, because this is it. This is going to be the future.
So soon they'll be giving people these like implants where you could connect to the internet from your brain. Would you do that?
You say you embracing the future.
Would you do it?
Kinda
Because if everyone else does it before you,
my body, my choice.
Don't they become like what? What'd you say? My body, my choice.
My body, my choice.
I mean, now you're all for that
but-
shit.
but-
huh?
Look at that.
But wouldn't you think it would be?
I'm always for my body, my choice. What are you talking about?
If other people do it and then they're walking around and they have the power to access the internet, just like thinking about it, wouldn't they be like immediately have an advantage on you? So wouldn't you want to try to catch up to them and do it yourself?
What?
If people could like access the internet without the phone, take the phone, put it in your head. It's coming, dude. It's not like crazy talk.
Like, so we having a conversation and I ask you a question. And it's
How high are you?
I'm high. But
well, it's kind of like Iron Man.
No, but he's actually.
You know how when
he's
Iron
actually
Man
got a
mentions,
not that far
Yeah, that is
off.
pretty crazy.
He's got a point.
Yeah, but
Would you
gotta
do
be-
it? You know,
hell
like
no.
it's kind of relative to what we're talking
Dude,
about. It's not that far off.
There's a lot of risk in opening your body.
I
up,
wouldn't
too.
do it because I don't want to get like hacked or whatever, you know?
Can you
Hack
imagine
into
you
you.
hacked your body?
Fucking get you like,
I got hacked this morning before I came to work.
you know, watch this. I'm going to hack into this moron over here.
I mean,
have him going in circles.
Cat Williams did make a joke about at some point in the future you'll be able to just tap your tongue and answer your phone. Somebody be ring, tap, hello, what's up?
what about Iron Man? Doesn't he just like call out things, and next thing you know, there's like a grid in front of him, and he's moving things on this screen, and it's not really there?
Not so much.
They have stuff like that.
Metaverse shit.
Metaverse type
Yeah.
shit.
He's got his.
That's more like Doctor Strange.
What is, I got a question. Let's move on to the next topic. We've got time for one more topic, and then we got TK's news coming up.
Is that what that
Shit.
is?
Do I have news? Anyways.
And my question to you, I'll start with Ramo. What's your favorite beer? If you were to pick a beer, do you like beer? I know most of us like to smoke over a drink, but
Definitely.
this bit is about beer.
Definitely.
What would be your favorite beer?
I'd have to say my favorite. It really depends on the situation. But if I'm like gonna have to choose one, I would go with like Leinenhugel's lemon.
A what?
Never
Yeah.
heard of it.
Man, you have to
Leinenhugel's lemonade. It's like a
Leinenhugel.
lemonade beer.
Leinenhugels? That's German, right?
Leinenhugel's, yeah.
German.
Yeah,
what
no,
about
they're
you,
fire.
Well, then
Memphis?
it's good then, I'll tell you that.
Where do you get
but
that from?
If it's you can get them at Publix or anything.
word?
But if it's wintertime, I would prefer like a Angry Orchard, like green apple, or
Would
something
you?
like that.
So you like ciders?
And what type
Sure.
of pasta would that go with?
Anyone you want to eat it with. Hell yeah.
What about you, Memphis? What kind of beer? If you had to pick one beer,
I'm just fucking with you.
But domestic beer is probably Corona.
God dang
that's what
That's
I was
even
going to say.
domestic.
Corona with a lime.
That's
I'll
an
take that.
import. So you'd have to go like my domestic, like we're gonna say American beers.
I asked you one question, right?
I know you did.
I said, tell me what kind of fucking beer you like.
Miller Lite.
We don't have a ton of time left in this show.
Germany.
I didn't need a fucking breakdown.
If it's
Jeez.
fall, we'll take a hearty
Miller
beer
Lite.
over
Miller
there.
Lite.
Oh,
Okay, Miller
boy.
Lite. Miller
That's
Lite.
great.
I'll
How
go
about
Miller
the
Lite.
hops?
Memphis, let's try not to take as long as Ramo telling us
All right, I
what's
got
your
it.
favorite beer.
Mine. Awesome
Beer
sauce.
lovers unite.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Memphis has his own beer.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Awesome
nice.
sauce.
Oh, that's
baby.
awesome.
His own awesome sauce.
Yes,
I've tried
I
it.
do.
It's a pretty good beer. It's like a habanero beer,
It's
right?
a habanero mango IPA.
That's
That sounds
cool.
great. Yeah.
It is
I want to make a
delicious.
beer.
Now, what about just your regular? You're going down the aisle at the grocery store. There's no awesome sauce out there. What kind of beer are you getting?
Not yet, but probably a Corona like Ramo, or sometimes like a Heineken.
Now, Corona is owned by Bud Light.
They are.
Yeah.
Or what about you, Tomcat?
Bud Light.
If you're when you were
What?
back in your drinking alcoholic days, what was your beer of choice?
Probably Bud Light.
Bud Light, like you and Kid Rock, man. You guys
Or
are the
Mick
same,
Ultra,
huh?
one of the two.
Big Ultras are good. Yeah.
Yeah, but Bud Light.
Bud Light.
100 calories.
If I'm shooting from the hip, give me a Bud Light.
Well, somebody is not very happy
Negative.
with Bud Light right now. I'd be Kid Rock. I really like and respect Kid Rock. I've seen him a couple of times in concert.
Def Leppard
And I
sucks,
was-
boy.
I was very impressed.
Joe Dirt.
Very
Yeah.
impressed with Kid Rock because he can play. He can play instruments. He
He
can
can
play the
DJ
drums,
too. He can scratch.
DJ.
Yeah, he does everything.
He's all right.
And he had a hell of a career until
Kid Rock.
he started to become a Republican. That's when
Yeah.
they canceled his ass. You can't be a Republican and be signed by one of the big labels. So Kid Rock has somewhat been canceled, but it seems like he's made the headlines once again. If we can pull up the video back in the truck, I guess Kid Rock has.
Does our truck have a Confederate flag on it?
It
I
does
sure
not.
hope not.
Oh.
But Kid Rock, I guess he bought a case of Bud Light just so that he could shoot it.
He's like,
That cost him what? $12, $13?
was
Now,
that lady in the bathtub?
okay, so I guess.
Oh no, that's the dude. That's the whatever in the bathtub that is on the promotion for Bud Light. That's what that's in the back.
I'm gonna play the video. Here is this is from Kid Rock's social media.
Bud Light promotion.
He has his own thoughts on.
What is that?
I guess Bud Light has a transgender as their spokesperson.
That's why he's shooting the Bud Lights.
Oh.
So he's upset. Kid Rock don't like transgenders. Let's hear what Mr. Rock has to say. Let's hear.
Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today. Let me say something to all you and be
That's not matched up
as
with the video,
clear
but
and
that's what he
concise
says before he
as
shoots.
possible.
Uh-oh.
Unfortunately, I couldn't hear what he said because Tomcat was talking.
He said, "Let me say this as clearly and concise as possible. Fuck Bud Light at the end."
and then he shot the Bud Light.
Right. He said what he said was, "I'm going to shoot this Bud Light."
So what? He's upset about the commercial.
Yeah, I guess he figures if that makes him transgender if he drinks Bud Light, which it doesn't. But
Yeah, there's no logic behind it. Like,
And it
what-
makes
which it
no
doesn't.
sense.
But
That
whatever,
makes no
man.
sense.
Fucking.
who
God.
cares who promotes what? Like, if
Right.
you like something, enjoy it. If you don't.
I mean,
Here's a-
he bought that beer now.
He did.
Yeah,
He shot his own
have at
beer.
it. Yeah.
Here's where
He's got
I
the
think
money.
that that Budweiser may have made an error. You have to know your audience.
Yeah.
They definitely misjudged
they
their
do.
audience
Like
because
if another beer does this, I don't think that anyone minds, But when you talk about Bud Light, I mean, I've DJ'd a lot of Southern redneck parties myself, and I can tell you one
I'll
thing
give you
that
that
these
brother.
rednecks do: they drink Budweiser or they drink Bud Light.
Yes, they
I
do.
give you that.
They love their fucking beer.
and then
I'll
they
give you
dance
that. I'll
around
give you
to Lil Boozy.
And
Yeah,
they have a good ass time,
Which
man.
they do.
and they
Ain't
have a
nothing
great
wrong with
time.
that.
And I would say this about the Bud Light drinker, most of them, they also have conservative views a lot of times.
I
Sure.
don't know if that's totally true.
Yeah, I
Not
disagree.
gonna-
I
That's kind of
disagree
weird.
with-
Not
But
completely,
I
but
will
I
say
think
this:
Bud Light drinker, redneck boys that drink Budweiser and Bud Light aren't generally conservative when you meet them.
I don't know. Well,
you got a lot of
if
black
that's who
people
you're
that drink
hanging
it, too.
around, a lot of
Politically,
people drink
maybe.
Bud Light.
Yeah.
Politically.
Yeah.
Politically,
So,
sure.
anyways, I guess Bud Light said that they only gave these cans to him, and they were just a gift to him for having celebrating his 365 days of womanhood. So, if he's now for a year saying he's been a woman for a year.
Okay, but
So, what were you
I don't
before that though?
He was a dude.
Oh man, yeah,
He's a man.
switched
See,
over.
I think
Yeah, so you transform
I
Okay.
just for the transgender.
I don't appreciate what Kid Rock did, but I think you guys are right because what they're pushing on, like this agenda of like trans and homophobe and stuff like that. Like we all know it's out there, but you ain't got to put it out there like that. You see what I'm saying? Like I think that's uncalled for.
Forcing the issue.
Yeah, I don't think that's called for because
I think if they would have put the cans out like all over the place, then maybe that would have been. But they just gave them to him, her, whatever.
They.
Yeah,
I think you're supposed to say them.
We'll learn. We don't,
but it's out there.
Once again, don't.
But it's out there. I wouldn't have done
ignorance.
that. I wouldn't have done that.
For me, it's whatever. Like the way I see it is like I said it before. If I like something, I don't care who they use to try to promote it or who they're trying to promote their product to. Maybe they're trying to up their sales in that community. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would anybody take offense to that? I don't understand it. I just say, hey, whatever. He's entitled to have his opinion about stuff. Sure. He's done his great things, his music and all that. But
do you choose your beer based on who endorses it?
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. Unless Snoop Dogg puts it in his goddamn song, I ain't drinking it.
He got his own
like
wine,
Snoop
though.
does Corona, and Snoop's not worried about it.
Right.
And Corona is owned by
So
Bud
does
Light,
Bad Bunny.
so they're not worried about it.
Well, they're not worried about it because they're getting paid.
They getting paid.
Why? I'm not going to say anything if there's somebody stroking me a big check.
I just think it's the agenda that what most people, and it's not just the conservatives, because I know a lot of liberals that don't like that. It's like, look, because like, you know, the thing with Target right now, you go into the Target, you go in the boys section, and it's like, well, these are boys' clothes. You know, what are you pushing out there? Like boys wearing rainbow shirts and I mean, I don't, it doesn't bother me, but I can see how somebody else could be bothered with that. Like, come on, man. Like now y'all doing, it's one thing if it was like one little thing, but it's like you're clearly doing it.
You know,
and that's what people have a
well,
problem
we can
with.
vote with our dollars though too,
Sure,
and you know, you just don't buy the shit you don't want to buy.
I kind of agree with that because we kind of had similar issues going on in the 80s because things were very, what is the word, androgynous back then as well.
Androgynous,
so,
that's a good word. So that's a great word usage.
So a lot of the dress things that people wore dressing, especially like break dancers, was very like.
We had the androgynous crew.
Very, very androgynous looking, you know, in the dress and the styles, and they shared. So, you know,
and the basic five.
I don't think it turned anybody, you know,
like,
into anything they weren't already.
Right.
And then I think people should get over that. Like that doesn't happen. Like, are there some influences that make people have decisions? Sure, but if you're feeling a certain way, I can assure you that something that is a different idea isn't going to change you into something else. You are who you are.
Why do you think he got so mad?
A lot of them.
I think he's against this. There's some
Rock,
people that
Kid
don't
Rock.
understand it.
I don't understand that.
There's some people that don't understand it, and some people, when they don't understand something, it scares them.
I don't know.
I think people that secretly hate like gays and lesbians, like we talked about this before,
are
closeted, and they don't want to come
Kid
out.
Rock is gay?
I'm not saying he is, but if he has
when he got that gun in his hand
for gay people, then he might had something.
Whatever that was.
I mean, look, Diplo let some dude suck him off. Who said Kid Rock ain't done the same thing?
Sure.
Because you get the access of any and all kind of ass you want, but then like you get bored. True. I'm like, well, let that dude suck my dick. As weird as it is to say, but it happens.
Trisexual. I told you about that.
Well, the last I checked, we have a newsman.
What?
He is a man, I believe, right? You're still a man, correct?
Debatable.
He's our newsman. And he's here with the not so good news.
Today's news for April 5th, 2023. It is United Nations, the International Day of Conscience. International Day of Conscience is celebrated. The need for creation of conditions.
Not so good news.
I know.
Just like I said.
Hold on, give me a second.
Right?
The need for the creation and conditions of stability and well-being and peaceful and friendly relations based on respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms for all without distractions to race, sex, language, or religion, the General Assembly declared on April 5th.
I like it.
Also, it's Gold Star Spouses Day, Gold Star Wives Day, and Deep Dish Pizza Day. Boom.
Well, really?
Yes, Deep Dish Pizza Day. I should have led with that.
Let's do it.
Birthdays today, Pharrell Williams. Happy birthday, Pharrell, 50 years old. The big 5-0.
Oh,
Also
younger
notable
than me.
this
That
week,
sucks.
Rebel Wilson, 43, John Bon Jovi, 61, Luke Combs, 33, Method Man, MEHDOG.
Yeah.
What is there's no G in
Cal.
that. 53 years old. Justin Bieber's 29.
Oh, he's
Kesha
mine.
is 36.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Also, some April 5 history. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar became the highest scoring NBA player of all time, and that was February. No. That was April
Alexander?
5th, 1985.
Give me Alexander.
1984.
But he's no longer the champion of the
He's
scoring
no longer
title.
the
not.
scoring champion. LeBron James
Good
passed
job,
him up
LeBron.
February
He held that record
7th,
for a long time.
2023.
He did.
All right, next up, technology mogul and dad dubbed Crazy Bob, who founded Cash App, was stabbed multiple times in the early hours after extending an extended business trip to San Francisco. He was in San Francisco.
Damn.
The dad
That
of two
sucks.
was stabbed multiple times outside of a high-rise building in Rincon Hill.
That sucks.
Bob Lee created popular
Damn.
brands, Cash App and Android, as well as investing in Elon Musk's SpaceX.
Hey, but he robs me every time I use it at the dispensary. So
San Francisco
Seems
police.
shady. Seems like something shady happened.
Yeah, it
Super
does.
shady. San Francisco police have not yet made any arrests in connection with the murder of the tech mogul. That's pretty.
Yeah,
that's
that's
pretty shitty.
hella fishy.
All right, this next one is a shitty story. This is about a lady runner who crapped her pants while she was running a marathon, but broke a bunch of records while doing it. That's right.
Where's
Well,
your,
how much
where's your
food
fart
she-
sound effect? I thought you had a fart sound.
You know what I'm
effect.
saying?
Well, you know what?
If you were
gotta go
ever
back
going to use
He
it.
doesn't understand it. Don't worry.
Okay, never mind. Never mind.
That's definitely
I gotta go
in
back
your
to the-
toilet after that.
Woo!
I thought you were going to.
reminded him.
One fart would have been nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Bert.
reminding me.
Nice
when it
dry
comes
one.
to the appreciating athletic capacity of the human body, few activities can equal the marathon. Runners pound the pavement for 26 miles, taking graceful gazelle-like strides in an attempt to conquer the physical and mental challenge of endurance. Their movements can appear almost balletic until they poop in their shorts.
That's ridiculous.
Yep,
Do you
it's
have
like
any?
shit
Do
her
you
pants.
have any good news?
That is
Yeah.
good news. What are you talking
I
about?
almost pooped
She
in my
finished
shorts
the
I
race.
got
whenever.
some good
Good.
news right here.
TK
Chicago
follows
chooses a
me
new mayor.
outside.
So they choose. Chicago has
Did they?
chosen a new mayor. Yep.
My Mayor Lightfoot is gone.
Nope.
What's
Yep.
her face?
Beetlejuice.
Mayor-
Beetlejuice.
Mayor
Beetlejuice.
Lightfoot is gone. There was a race between former Chicago school CEO Paul Vallis against progressive Brandon Johnson. Who do you think won?
Probably Brandon.
Brandon Johnson
the name you
wins.
know. Go with the Johnson.
Go with the name you know.
It's true.
He won.
Progressive,
also,
dude. That's good.
North Carolina lawmaker officially leaves the Dems for the GOP. She says the turning point was the American flag criticism. North Carolina State Rep Tricia Cotham gives the GOP veto-proof majority in legislature by switching parties. That's big.
She was
It's,
probably
we
dead
went
anyway.
the
Of course
whole
she was.
show
She
without
was a
talking
left
politics.
She
We
was
got
a
10
left-
more things you should know. Biden to commemorate Bloody Sunday in Alabama today. Also, Iran makes a new pledge to the UN's nuclear watchdog. The UN agrees on a treaty to protect marine life. And
Good.
that's
Man,
about it.
That's really bad
That's
news.
dope.
That ain't
Yeah.
bad.
Well, it's
That
your-
was
I mean,
good.
that's the name of the segment is the bad news.
Well, I mean, the
I'm
lady
going
that
with the
crapped
Not
her
so
pants.
good.
I mean,
not so good news. Yeah,
congratulations
yeah.
to her for finishing the race.
Today was
Yeah.
kind of crappy though. Get it?
Yeah.
That was a dad joke.
I got
Work
my
on
own
those.
sound effects,
Oh,
Tomcats.
Oh, hey, I got that one. I got my own rim shot back at you.
I had a rim shot this morning.
Wrong.
We went through the whole show and didn't even mention that Donald Trump got arrested. I don't think.
Oh, well. you
That's
know, what are you gonna
unfortunate
do?
for him and his family, man. Hopefully
What
they
does it
get through
matter?
okay.
Doesn't matter what we talk
Everybody
about.
else talking about it.
Right. I mean, there was like,
still
I really
time.
could literally almost find no other story. So we talked about all the other stories and everybody talked about that story.
There's still time for a fight if you guys want to,
No, I'm
start
good.
talking about Donald Trump.
I'm sure he's got
You got-
plenty
you guys
to give
want-
on the basketball court.
You guys want to talk about why you think? I mean,
What the hell's that? Everybody
why
was
should-
talking about this blonde cop. She's supposedly everybody said she was
I
hot.
think everybody was
I didn't
talking
see
about
her.
Donald Trump.
No. The story's about this blonde chick. This cop.
No, the
She's out
porn
here. She's
chick,
in front of-
Stormy Daniels.
No.
Would you
I
bang
see
her?
her.
Would you bang her, Tomcat?
No.
Stormy Daniels.
Disgusting.
What about you, Memphis? Would you have hit Stormy at her peak?
Nah, I'm good.
Even Memphis wouldn't bang Stormy
Nah,
Daniels.
I would not.
I will say this,
I would have fucked her when she was young and fresh.
Of course.
Like maybe.
When was that? When she was
Maybe
like born?
a teenager.
I was kidding.
Pre-Trump.
I'd be her first. I'd
if
be
I
her
was gonna
first.
do somebody, it'd be like Jenna Jameson and like
I
Heather
like to be
Hunter.
her
I gotta
first,
have a
too.
threesome. I gotta have two.
That'd be fun.
She just got ordered to pay Trump like $130,000 on top of the 60 grand, 600 grand. It's just weird timing with him just getting indicted, but then the lower court orders her to pay him.
So, Tomcat, will Donald Trump be running in the 2024 election, or will he be in jail?
Running.
Be running.
Yeah.
Running from the law or running for president?
Well, they just set the date for this next court date in December, so yeah, he'll be running. I mean, he wanted these cases will be
one
pushed
way or the
out.
other. He will be running.
He'll be running.
Shout out to my man Carlos Franco, the LosAngeles.com. Appreciate you for hooking your boy up.
It's a very strange time, I'll tell you that. Shit's real weird.
What was that plug you just tried getting in there, Memphis?
Oh no, it was somebody. I had an event last weekend. Somebody
Go ahead, shout him out one more time.
They got saying, damn, I gotta pull this damn thing because I want to get his.
Man, make sure you get it right.
Yeah,
man.
that's want to get it right.
I couldn't.
Carlos Franco, the LosAngle.com.
Dope.
He takes amazing photos, and yes, I'm saying it because he got some really good shots of me at this event the other day.
That's terrible. What the fuck is going on here?
What
is that? What the hell? Oh my God!
You'll have to like.
You get arrested for that picture?
You'll have to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to see the video.
If he get arrested, that's what he's gonna be walking around in. So maybe that's a
nobody want to hit that.
The Outcast Podcast. We'll be back next week, God's willing. Have a nice Passover and happy Easter, Good Friday, happy Ramadan to all
happy deep dish
my
pizza day.
Muslims.
He was one of my favorite Bulls players.
No, not Rodman. Ramadan.
Oh,
look it up, Ramo.
Oh my gosh.
See you next week. God's willing.
Peace.
Peace.